Meet the most irreverent car in all of history. I'm not here to convince you about just how much of a riot the Mercedes G63 AMG is. You know it has a burbling V8, you know exactly what those side-stacked exhausts sound like, and of course you know it costs 4 crore rupees on road. For the next 5 minutes then, we're going nowhere. It's rumored that the Shah of Iran commissioned the G-Wagen in the early 70s and that, at his insistence, 20,000 units were to be produced. The Shah of Iran insisted a lot, including on sending a dog as a gift to the King of Jordan. Anyway, in 1979, when the G was finally produced, the 2,500-year-old monarchy of Iran was overthrown. Mercedes then had to go looking for new buyers for its new car at its all-new factory in Graz, Austria. Buyers for a car of its capabilities weren't hard to come by, and soon military outfits from around the world scooped it up. Today, 48 countries deploy the G-Wagen in some configuration, including, for some reason, Greece, which last went to war, technically, 3,000 years ago. Unsurprisingly, the G has been offered with the widest range of engines in all of Mercedes' history, perhaps of all the cars in the world. Over the decades, you should have been able to buy one as either an inline-4, a straight-6, a V6, a V8, a supercharged V8, a V12, a supercharged V12, and of course this 597 bhp twin-turbo V8. And those are just the petrols. As a diesel, you could have one as an inline-5, a turbo inline-5, a straight-6, a turbo straight-6, a turbo V6, and of course a bi-turbo V8. You can even have one as an electric, but let's not go there, please. Amazingly, it even won the 1983 Dakar Rally, the only time Mercedes has won it, at the hands of Belgian Formula 1 legend Jackie Ickx, who drove a 280 GE. Of course, it helped that the Tenere Desert was introduced for the first time to the event, and that, due to a colossal sandstorm, 40 of the 54 finishers were lost for days on end until the French military could come to their rescue. The car that finished second, just for reference, was a Lada Niva. Its popularity rose further when the Vatican ordered one. That car came to be known among enthusiasts of the Pope, I imagine, as the Papa G. Sounds a bit Punjabi, if you ask me. Of course, a car this popular had to have its derivatives and rip-offs, so you could indeed have the Puch G made in Austria or the Peugeot P4. Closer to home, we have the Force Gurkha, which is sold with an older generation Mercedes-Benz diesel engine. And because China can't help itself, it makes something called the Beijing Auto BJ80. Because of its undying spirit, the G-Wagen was never actually crash-tested until 2018. That's the year Mercedes gave it what we know as a crumple zone. Since then, of course, it scored 5 stars in the Euro NCAP crash tests. Alright, my 5 minutes are up. It's time to go. hope I didn't go anywhere with it. You must have imagined it. Anyway, the truth is, you don't buy a G63 AMG or any other G-Wagen for that matter because it's got a 5-star safety rating or because it once won the Dakar Rally. No, you want one because it is the coolest, most irreverent car in the world. Okay, so it does have a 48-volt mild hybrid system now, but even that adds, more than anything else, 22 bhp to the overall output. Win-win. Of course it's better. It rides better, it handles better, and it sure is nowhere as comical as some of the previous versions. But if you want a G63 AMG to be better in the corners, you may have bigger issues to address. And yes, Mercedes has given it a prominent, centrally mounted off-road cockpit button, along with a stack of 3 diff-lock switches. It also has a Schuckle-proved badge, which I don't think is a very big deal, because Schuckle, you see, is a mountain near Graz in Austria, where Mercedes tests its off-road cars. It also happens to be at exactly the same elevation as Mahabaleshwar. In any case, if it was a very big deal, Mercedes would have placed it elsewhere where you could see it, and not just when you were fixing a puncture. Which reminds me, despite having its spare wheel mounted on the tailgate, an iconic design element of the G-Wagen, it features a space saver. Why? It's hilariously irrational, this car, and yet I can't help but say I love it, and so do over 500,000 people around the world. And that's the reason I chose to go nowhere with it, because it isn't going anywhere either. It'll stay right here. Somehow, the G always finds a way. It's immortal.